My name is Sarah. It was just supposed to be a quiet night. Alone. A glass of wine. A satin nightgown. Until he knocked. And with one touch, everything began to leak. My name is Sarah. My husband, Mark, was out of town for a 3-day business trip. The first night is always the hardest. The silence of the house, every creak echoing off the walls, it hits me like a slap of loneliness. That night was no different. I was wearing a satin nightgown, a glass of wine in my hand, aimlessly flipping through channels. It was past midnight. Just as I was about to drift off, there was a knock at the door, hard and urgent. 3 knocks, strong and impatient. My heart leapt into my throat. Who could it be at this hour? I thought something had happened to Mark. I crept to the door, terrified, and looked through the peephole. I was both relieved and strangely tense by who I saw. It was Matt, my downstairs neighbor. Matt had moved in 6 months ago. Early 30s, single, one of those guys who practically lives at the gym. We'd run into each other in the elevator. Brief hellos, forced smiles. But there was always something in his eyes, a piercing gaze that unsettled me. I opened the door, leaving the chain on. Matt, is something wrong? He was only wearing a pair of jeans. His bare chest gleamed in the dim hallway light. He was sweating. Sarah, sorry to bother you this late, he said out of breath. His voice was husky and deep. Water is dripping from my ceiling, I think, from your bathroom. And it's bad. It was the most innocent excuse I could imagine. But in that moment, with him standing at my door half naked, nothing felt innocent. What? Are you sure? I asked, trying to hide the tremor in my voice. Come see for yourself if you want, he said. It wasn't an invitation, it was a command. I unlatched the chain. I knew in that instant that unlatching that chain was the first step of a mistake. Matt pushed his way inside, bringing with him a heavy scent of masculine cologne and sweat. He walked straight to the bathroom. I followed. When he flipped on the light, I saw the floors were bone dry. There's nothing here, I said. Matt laughed, but it wasn't a funny laugh. The leak isn't always where you can see it, Sarah, he said. He opened the cabinet under the sink and bent down. His muscular back flexed as he leaned over. Sometimes it seeps from behind the pipes, inside the wall. I knelt beside him. Let's see, I whispered. He had a small flashlight, and he ran its beam over the pipes. There, he said. That connection point. See it? It's slightly damp. I reached out to touch where he was pointing. The coldness of the metal, and yes, a slight wetness. At that exact moment, his hand covered mine. His hand was large, warm, and calloused. Mine disappeared under it. For a moment, we both held our breath. The flashlight's beam created a halo over our joined hands. He turned his head and looked at me. His eyes glowed in the dark. This isn't the real leak, is it? He whispered. I couldn't answer. My tongue was tied. I could only shake my head slightly. He stood up, pulling me up with him. We were so close, I could smell the wine on his breath. His hand was still holding mine. With his other hand, he caressed my cheek. I knew it, he said. Since the first day I moved into this building. The walls are thin, Sarah. Sometimes I can hear your loneliness. That sentence shattered my last line of defense. He pulled me to him, and his lips found mine. His kiss was hard, demanding, and hungry. A fire I hadn't felt in years spread through my veins. I kissed him back. I wrapped my hands around his neck, running my fingers through his sweaty hair. He led me out of the bathroom and pressed me against the wall. The thin strap of my nightgown slipped off my shoulder. His hand slipped into the space the strap had left, exploring my skin. Every touch was a torture, a promise. That night, in that hallway, my downstairs neighbor Matt found not only the leak in my ceiling, but all the cracks in my soul. And he seeped into those cracks in a way that... When my husband came home, I was no longer the same woman. That night, Matt passed right through me, leaving behind only the sweet leakage of shame and insatiable desire.